Hello everyone and welcome to MAT 3125. My name is Jason Gregerson. I'm the instructor of this course, and the purpose of this video is to 1. Introduce myself as the instructor, 2. Introduce you to the course style, so how you're going to navigate through Moodle and finish your assignments and work through that content, and then lastly how you're going to navigate the fact that it's an online course and how you'll be able to get help and complete your assignments and complete your exams and whatnot. So we'll start off with an instructor introduction. Once again, my name is Jason Gregerson. It's actually my first time teaching at Purchase College, so I'm really excited about this opportunity. I'm coming to you with a bachelor's in math education, a master's in applied mathematics, and just a passion for using technology to explore mathematical ideas and concepts. So in my past, I've run a calculus-based math lab where we've used Mathematica to really explore calculus topics. I've used Mathematica heavily in my own courses of linear algebra and differential equations. I've also run some after-school programs where I've taken middle school and high school students and taught them how to use Mathematica and just explore ideas that are in mathematics and also outside in other areas as well. So I just love really playing with the software and running with it and exploring and computing and playing with it. So that's really the goal of this course. My goal is to teach you the basics of how to use the software. We'll explore some topics in calculus and some other math areas. We'll do a little bit of programming of some algorithms. And after that, I really want you to get a sense of how you can use this in your future courses to really explore your own mathematical ideas. That's really my big priority. All right, so how are we going to achieve all this? Well, the course will primarily be run out of Moodle. So we'll start by navigating to the Purchase College homepage. All right, from there, you'll scroll all the way down to current students. You'll click on that link, and it will bring you here. You'll click on Moodle, and you'll log into your Moodle. From there, you'll click on your course page. So this is Mathematica Spring 2019. And you'll be brought to our Moodle course page. All right, so what's our course going to look like? Well, it's going to be run from a series of modules. So at the beginning of our page, we have the course syllabus and other important links. But if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see a series of modules. So basically, each week you're going to work through a collection of instructional material in these modules. They're composed of PDFs, Mathematica notebooks, some recorded video instructions, and some other content. You'll work through the instructional content. Along the way, there'll be some assessments, possibly a Moodle quiz. Sometimes you'll just open up a new Mathematica notebook and you'll answer some questions in there. And at the end of the module, there'll be an assignment where you'll either upload your completed notebook or maybe you'll save your notebook to a PDF and upload that PDF. So each module will have these instructions as you work through this. So each week you'll work through a module, and then also at the end of each week, we will have one required live instructional session. So we'll do this in Zoom, a conferencing tool, and the vision of this is that you'll have the week to go through the instructional content, you'll get started on the assignments and kind of work through, and then we'll have this live session. And in the live session, I'll do a quick overview of the instructional content from that week, and then also open up for questions where if you're stuck on some of your code, we can really work all those bugs out together as a group. If we have time, I'll also look at some extensions of some of the things we'll learn and really have a time to just explore a little bit. So that's what those live sessions will work with. All right, so every week you'll have a module to go through, there'll be a live session to attend, and then throughout the rest of the course, we'll have some other assessments. For the details, we could always scroll up here and look back at the course syllabus. The syllabus will have all those syllabus-like instructions, right? It turns out for this course we won't need a textbook. Instead, you'll be downloading the software Mathematica, and we'll reference some other content that will be freely accessible as well. So the syllabus will have all this good stuff, course description, course objectives, the course structure, all of that. We'll get down to about here and then we'll pause for a little bit. We're going to have 2 exams in this course, one midterm, one final exam. And the exams will be comprised of 2 components. One, a Mathematica notebook that you'll work through and then submit, but then also they'll have a kind of an oral session. So the idea is that because there'll be some programming and some coding, I don't want you to be working through a problem and get stuck on some code or some syntax and not be able to complete the assignment. So for the exam, it's about me seeing what you're working with and how you're using Mathematica to explore, having you talk through the code, and so together we'll create something in that exam time. So exam might contain just the notebook to complete, or it might contain both a notebook and that oral session as well. And so these will be either scheduled through a proctor, and I'll send you instructions for an online proctoring service that you will not have to pay for, or I'll proctor them individually myself, where I will get into an online conference room with you, we'll share your screen, and then we'll work through the exam content like that. So that's how exams are going to run in this course. And in about a week or so, we'll update the schedule for the exact exam times based on our progress with the first 2 modules. Okay, you can also see here the course evaluation breakdown and the grading scale. And I would encourage you to read through the rest of the syllabus carefully. Okay, so now you have a sense for the flow of the course, a module a week, live session, exams at the midterm and the final. How are we going to get support and how are we going to meet these conference rules? How are we going to manage all that? All right, so we'll start by looking at that Moodle page again. And so we have a couple components here. One's the instructor calendar. So if you click on this, it will bring you to my Google Calendar where you can see times that I'm available and not available. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is schedule these live sessions. So this is an online course. We don't have a scheduled meet time. And I certainly know you'll each have your own individual schedules. So one of our first tasks is going to be able to find a time that's going to work for the majority of us or a couple of groups of us to meet in those live sessions. And so that will be one of the pieces we'll work through in your first module. So if you go through your welcome module, you'll see that this instructional video will be embedded in here. But there's also a couple other things. One will be, let's find a time for our weekly live session. And so you'll follow this link and it'll bring you to a when is good page. These are all the times that I've listed as good for me to do live sessions. And so you'll just come in here and you have some options. You can say, oh, click on that guy and say these times are perfect for me. This time over here is okay for me. And I guess I could do those times if I had to. And so you'll just select the times and probably work with you. And you'll put your name over here in the Your Name session and you'll send the response. I'll gather these up in the beginning of this first week and find a couple times that kind of work for everyone. And that's how we'll schedule our weekly live session. So remember, pick times that are good every week for the rest of the semester. That's what we're looking for. So once we have those times, we'll meet in our live conference room during those times by clicking on this link, Online Conference Room. When you follow this link, it will prompt you to download a Zoom application and we'll meet in a Zoom conference setting here. Other components of the welcome module are a getting to know you survey. This lets me know a little bit more about your background so I can help really customize the course for this group. So make sure you complete that. And also the instructions for downloading the software Mathematica. That's really going to be the cornerstone of this course. So you'll follow these instructions, you'll request an activation key, you'll get everything downloaded, and when you're all done, you'll be able to open up a Mathematica file called a notebook. It'll open up like this. I'm going to click on New Document, and this is going to be our main working space, a Mathematica notebook. And in this notebook, we're going to go ahead and enter in some content like this. And every time we enter in content, it's going to generate a new cell. And then we're going to evaluate these cells by hitting Shift-Enter. And it'll generate a new cell that's the output cell. And there's lots of different cells we can create, cell styles, and lots of different ways we can input content. And that's really the whole purpose of that first module. So once you get Mathematica installed and you're able to open up notebooks, then you're going to go over here to your Module 1 Getting Started. And you work that module. You're going to download a notebook, you're going to watch some videos, work on some questions, and get all the way through that module content. And then lastly, you're going to submit an assignment that contains all the answers that you've created in a notebook. All right, so hopefully that really helps you kind of get a vision for how this course is going to run. The last thing I want to stress is, in an online course, it can really feel like your job is just to go through the content and learn it by yourself. And hopefully in the live session, we'll really have a chance to interact more and really be able to help each other get through the content. But I also really want you to feel like anytime you need help, you can really reach out. So I've included my schedule. And you should really be able to look at that and say, you know what, it looks like he's free from 7 to 8 on Monday night. And you should be able to reach out to me and we could always schedule an individual time session during that time and just jump into that conference room together at that time. And we can share a screen. You can see my notebook. I'll be able to see yours. We can really talk through code and I can really answer any questions. So you really should feel comfortable just reaching out to get help anytime you need it. You can see on the course syllabus page right at the top, I have some office hours listed for the evening. I can certainly work on other times, so definitely reach out for other times as well. I've also included my cell phone number on there, so you really should feel like you can call me or text me, even in the afternoon, even on the weekends. The best part about teaching is when you really work with somebody one-on-one and kind of help them get an understanding. That's the best part of teaching. So don't ever feel like you're imposing. Make sure you feel comfortable reaching out. All right, so I really think that covers all the content that I want to cover in my introduction video. I look forward to hearing back from you this week and getting started in the course. All right, thanks for your time.